Aloha, ladies and gentlemen of Hawaii, and whoever else might be listening. It is 9:43 p.m. Hawaiian time, August 7th, and I am Star-Lord, New Thor 7, your planetary defense commander. And I want you guys to stay cool, and I will walk you through this portion of the hurricane ride. So get your game faces on. Let's try and have a little fun. Hopefully you are prepped and ready to go. But first, I want to know who the pirate girl is. Alright, we're definitely going to have a sense of humor if we're going to make it through the rest of 2018. Because things are a bit wild. Right now, we have Hurricane Hector, which at the moment I cannot verify the strength or wind speed, but he looks bigger and stronger than they had predicted. From my previous experience as a hurricane master, I would guess he's at about a Cat 3, maybe even Cat 4 right now. The eye does look a little north than they had initially predicted. I believe a tropical storm warning is now out for all of Hawaii. And we have the erupting volcano that's been going on for almost 3 months now, that has destroyed highways, neighborhoods, infrastructure, helicopter pads, and put out 883 plus new acres of land from lava. And that doesn't count the land it's already covered. So these are very interesting times. I'm glad we can be here together as Americans, because I like to say we are all in this together. We are all God's children, though I have respect for Pele, the volcano god, who I'm pretty sure they talked about before Jesus. I'm a Norse Christian Jedi. I'm just saying, it's a good time to ask Pele to calm down, maybe sing him some songs, because we got volcano action going on all around the Pacific. That is one thing that has changed in the year since our last very interesting end of eclipse season, which will be August 11th. And then peak season in hurricane wild madness. And so this pattern will shift east in about 2 or 3 weeks. So we will see action like this in the Atlantic, I'm guessing. And now, Hurricane Hector, that is passing by Hawaii, it definitely looks stronger than they had predicted. I can't tell if it's norther or it's just bigger than I thought it would be. And then we got Hurricane John over here, who had just eaten Eileen. That may sound more adulty than it is. Well, I guess, it's a hurricane, so it is pretty adult. Yeah, John looks pretty dang strong. And it looks like he's pumping out a whole lot of moisture. But none of the rain predictions have a lot of rain going into California, in the places they need it with all the hot wildfires. Okay, so it looks like you're going to get a lot of rain. Now, I had done a breakdown, because at times our government just haven't spent a lot of time making everything awesome and cool and up to date. Like the Hubble telescope, the best telescope we have by NASA. It's 25 years old. Sometimes it's like all the data we have here is 25 years old, because we have the European model that says right now the top wind gust from this thing is at about 121. GFS is like, this is the American model. It's like top wind speed is about 72. So that's like a 53 mile per hour difference of what is going on right now. That's weird to me. Shouldn't we have some up to the minute neon flashing lights from our iWatch data that tells us exactly about everything? No. Right now, because it just went off the Go 16 camera, because we only have like 2 cameras watching the weather up there. Go 16, Go 15 or whatever. Go 17. I'm not good at math. Anyway, so it shows Hawaii and then our big hurricane as it slides off the map. How good of planning is that? We're like, yeah, we have a state out here, Hawaii. But yeah, let's have the camera set up, cut off right before Hawaii. These are interesting days. That's why I recommend everybody work together as Americans, not fall into that political mumbo jumbo, because we got some serious problems. And government never really seems to fix anything. What's it talking about? Oh yeah, the giant hurricane. So we're looking at the Hawaii, which is like the Asian Russia half of the camera, but we are in darkness over here. So the highest wind forecast was at like 20 miles per hour. So I did data earlier, and when I watched this thing go by, I put it on shore down at the bottom, and the GFS had it at like 20, 25 miles an hour tops as it passed by. So then I ran the Euro, and I think the Euro had it at like 40 as it passed by. But it was interesting to see how the whole system was pulling wind. See, this has 35, but like there's some 43 wind speeds up through here, which didn't make any sense to me. And it still has a pretty strong, pretty big, though it takes it to 128 mile per hour gusts. So it continues to get stronger on the Euro. And I think both of them are wrong. I think Hawaii could see wind gusts of 60 miles an hour, possibly even in the 70s. Now we're looking at waves. But so far, unless it does a really weird hard right turn, it doesn't seem like it should be too bad, but that will depend upon the rainfall. And when I ran the estimates over the next 10 days, the Euro said the very worst spot in Hawaii could get 5.1 inches of rain, which could be a lot in a short amount of time, could cause some problems. But the GFS, which is the American model, said the most Hawaii was going to get was 0.9 inches of rain, which is less than an inch. And I was like, no, that doesn't sound right at all, bro. I mean, it's a computer model. It's like the supercomputer that told us all in 2002 and 4 and 5 that all the mortgage-backed securities were AAA rated. Well, now they put it on weather. And so now you can see what, as your planetary defense commander, what I'm dealing with here. Not only do I deal off of nickels, because as your planetary defense commander, I make my living off your tips, which is weird, I know, but it's 2018. But also, the tools I got are from, like, the Hubble age, like, what, 85, 95? And I'm like, holy crap, what have you guys been doing? You know, what did we spend that 21 trillion on? Why is everybody fighting? And what was the point? Oh, yeah, let's look at rain. But even though we mostly have models, in this thing, it looks like, you know, it is not going to be a direct strike upon the volcano. And it was weird. There was a whole meteorologist Twitter fight about, like, somebody said it could hit the volcano, and they're like, no, it can't hit the volcano. I'm like, well, you know, it can hit the volcano. It's possible. Probably not probable, but still. You know, sometimes scientists and astronomers, meteorologists, they're more like scientists. They're not always as good at the communication. So they may not understand the nuances of a word like it could hit the volcano. Like right now, it could possibly take a hard right and hit Hawaii. We don't think it's going to happen. But it's best to prepare for the worst and then celebrate when you get the best. I wish I could say cool stuff like, oh, look, it's gone through a full eyewall replacement. But I'm not that good yet. I'll make a note to myself. See, it looks like the rain is what we'll be watching. And then we'll compare. The model's been way off. Compare and contrast with how good the models have done with Hawaii. So what's that? So yeah, so that's this is rain, that's GFS. Now it says 2 inches. And the Euro, maybe the Euro was the small one. Yeah, maybe the Euro had 0.9. So this is semi up to the minute. But notice how, yeah, the eye is still south, but the rain is going to be the biggest factor, and then the wind, I would guess, and waves. Rough surf. I don't know, maybe some surfers lived for these waves just to get here. But I want to point out the hot spot I've been pointing out now for like 6 weeks, 2 months. This thing right here that just keeps pulsing almost daily. That, like, there was a volcano eruption down here and down there, that there's a dormant volcano range here, and the rates for rainfall up and down the mountain keep going up. Oh God, look how horrible this is. It's like 30, 40 inches of rain. 20, 25. Right now, Japan's getting hit with Shanshan. It's crazy days indeed, my friends. What do I want to show you? Oh, yeah. So, I watched a video and they said nobody can predict volcano eruptions. And technically, that's not true. Because I did it earlier this year. Because when Hawaii got 50 inches of rain in a day, I said, man, that volcano's going to erupt. And it did. So I'm using the same theory now with this volcano range, because you had a volcano down in Guatemala erupt like 2 months ago, and then 10 days ago you had one about here in Mexico, Popocatépetl, and then Fuego. So this is a volcano range, and this is the Ring of Fire. So we're watching the heat. Like, this is anomalously hot, which is why we'll be watching John with a close eye in the ocean. And then these rainfall rates are like 20, 30 inches. So if it starts creeping up, we could see a higher volcano here. I don't know. We are watching. And so at least if this model here is correct, it looks like, barring a total disaster, Hawaii, you're definitely not going to get a direct hit, but it looks like a definitely close call that is going to bring some rain and some winds. So, I want you guys to have a great night. And, thanks for being cool. And aloha. One day, I definitely hope to visit. I hear it's beautiful, and it's nice, and it's awesome. So, yeah, that would be cool. And I will talk to you guys soon, and I will stay up. So if something changes, I'll be your man to let you guys know. But right now, looks like it should be pretty decent if you're mildly prepared. Or you ain't no greenhorn. Do they use that saying there? Okay. Everybody stay cool. God bless everyone.